Alright, here's a look at my latest project. It's a custom guitar build that I'm doing. Yeah, I just got everything dry laid here. You know, I never thought to video the whole process, but maybe I'll do some parts of it. So what we've got is it's a walnut neck with an Ipe fretboard. How well it's coming out. I got my new camera, by the way, so hopefully the video quality is going to be much better. And this is a Firebird body, chambered, hollowed out with an F-hole. You can see here. It's a 1/4-inch slab of padauk, and I've got about I don't know, 15 coats of true oil on here. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So it's a Firebird with a Tele neck and a set up for Tele hardware. And I've made these pickup rings out of walnut. And then I made this. All this is just laying here for looks, but I made the control plate out of walnut. Anyway, it's just about ready to start assembling. I'm going to make the pickups for this. I'll probably show that in a video. Anyway, I think my next step is to make a nut for this neck. So I'm going to make a brass nut. What I've got here is brass dots inlaid into the neck, and I'm going to make a brass nut right here. So maybe I'll show that start to finish making the brass nut. Haven't decided what I'm going to use for tuners yet. Anyway, there it is. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this modern bridge yet either. I might use a vintage bridge. Not sure. Anyway, it's a cool project. So I think I'll show how to make a brass nut. So the first thing we're going to do is put this nut blank on here. Alright, then we're going to mark it very carefully. Now what I've got here is a shop pencil that I've cut in half. See that? And it allows me to get in real close here with my pencil marks. So I can set it right flat against the neck. And I can make a pencil mark. And do this to both sides. Okay. And it's also pretty handy for marking the top of the nut. See, I just set this, tighten my bicep, set this nut on here, and it's going to follow these frets. Set it on here flat, and it'll get the radius. So I killed two birds with one stone here. Now I'm going to cut the nut, or actually I'm going to grind the nut just above this pencil line. This is basically a rough outline. There we go. I don't know if you can see the pencil, but that's a basic outline of the nut. Now I'm going to do most of this on my bench grinder. If this nut was a little bit longer, I'd use a hacksaw to cut it down to length, to get it close, and then finish it up with the bench grinder. And I'm going to try to do the whole thing on the bench grinder and get this pretty close. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back. I don't know how well this is going to come out. See if you can see it, but I've got it roughly perfectly the right length. width, I should say. Now I'm starting on the top here. It gets hot, so. Alright, now I've got it roughed in. This is all just on the bench grinder. Well, you can see it. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is finish it off with sandpaper. I'm going to use a wet sandpaper. I'm going to start with a 400, 500, on up to 1,000 grit. And that'll do it, and then we'll swat it. Alright, here I've got it in my vise, and I've got these strips of wet sandpaper. Started at 400, then 500, 1,000. I'm going to do all this by hand. You can see where I've gotten started here. Now this is just with the 400 grit. See, and I take these strips. Like this. Back up a little. I'm taking off the sharp edges just with the 400 grit sandpaper. This is the back side. Now the front side, I'm just barely taking off the sharp edge, but you don't want to do any more than that. Alright, and then you're just going to do it by hand. I mean, brass is pretty soft, so you can sand this stuff pretty good. But as you can see, making a brass nut is pretty labor intensive. I mean, there's a lot more to it than making a bone nut, that's for sure, but it's not that hard. Anyway, I'm going to continue like this, move on through the grits, and then the last step will be on a buffing wheel. Alright, there it is, all finished. Pretty shiny right there. Back it up a little here. So, come out pretty good. Nice and shiny. Now we're going to have to wait before I slot it, because I'm going to have to get the guitar together and get the strings on it. But anyway, this is the blank all done. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. You can see the angle here. Let's see. There you go. Anyway, I'd say that's pretty good. So I'll probably upload this far and then make a part 2 about slotting it. Alright.